we're back. Howdy, y'all.
Yeah. Howdy.
And I'm seeing Chuck put in the extra effort to join us from Portugal.
Portugal.
How's the vacation there, Chuck and Lori? I imagine Lori's already in bed and Chuck's still on the computer. Because that's what.
How is
12:30
everybody
over there? I think.
Is everybody ready for some interesting discussions on the future of FPV?
Can't say where Lori is. Interesting. All right. Well, we've got a lot of shit to talk about, don't we?
Yeah.
And she's tubbing. Alrighty then. Now, what are you doing on the computer when she's tubbing? I mean, appreciate you coming, but I would have completely understood if you. We'll just leave it at that. Not going there, Chuck. Not going there. Anyway,
it's a family show. I don't know. Sometimes
it used to be.
Sometimes it's a family show.
Usually the first 5 minutes, it's pretty safe. After that, all bets are off.
You want to start with getting something out of the way?
Yeah, let's get some out of the way.
This isn't spicy. This is not a spicy conversation, just a warm up.
Yeah.
This wasn't what we were talking about when we first got in here. This is actually just that we had a comment. We had a conversation about it. The Recon 35. That's kind of where I want to go real quick.
Okay.
I actually stole a frame off a video here we can look at. I like this image because it shows the adapter on the camera, on the 04 light camera. So I'm intrigued about this. I understand the drawbacks, to something that's light, but this is the dual 18650 system, so we've got a 2S lithium ion long range. He does have 3-bladed props on there. Shouldn't they have put 2-bladed props on that?
Would have gone with 2-bladed props. But
yeah,
these are 3.5-inch props, and he's hauling a bunch of weight. So
yeah, I was just thinking about that. I know it comes stock with the 3-bladed props. I was just thinking, this just came to my thought, but I thought it was kind, as cruiser, a ELRS cruiser. And then the thing that was interesting is he modified in the camera housing and he put on the adapter, for the wide angle flying. Everybody has the same problem with, flying this specific. Yeah.
I'm going to share the official website here real quick.
Absolutely. I just wanted to look at that. I just wanted you to see the adapter. You can go big if you want.
Analog, 04 light, or as a power kit. Power kit is 170. 04 light 340, and 229 for an analog version of it. I don't know that I would want this in analog HD, and the 04 light Well, the easiest is get a power kit and buy an 04 light, which you're already starting to trigger me here. I just saw an advertisement. Race Day Quads has 04 units again, both the 04 Pro and the 04 Lite. The 04 Lite, $119. You know how much they want for an 04 Pro?
Oh, I can imagine.
$279.
Well, I've seen it.
$50 over recommended price.
I've also seen it for 300 on a regular basis too. So it's
I mean,
it's
this is RDQ we're talking about. We're being fleeced by those guys anymore.
yeah. I wish they at least get us keep us in the ballpark of sanity. I mean, I'll buy a quad with it inside, if you're gonna charge me for, I would, I understand, having to deal with shipping and this and that, but if you have to justify tariffs or whatever, but
Well,
I
the Recon might not be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, but we both like the 18650 part in this.
right,
Being able to have 18650 batteries in your pocket, stick them in there and fly and get some decent flight time out of it.
right. That's the beauty.
And Recon, the guy behind Recon is Dave C. And as you recall, Dave C. was the guy that designed that Flywheel Explorer that we have like 4 iterations of now. That is probably one of the best-selling Flywheel quads because they pushed, originally started out was a Vista unit. Then they stuck an 03 in it, and now they got the 04 in it. There were 2 different versions was a Vista in it. So it's
Yeah, it's battery storage. That's the nice thing about it
yeah.
is the fact that you can just get that, have that, and
And
the
if we're
comment was
looking for
Rimsler didn't
batteries,
like it. So Rimsler flies acro. This is not an acro bird. So you're not looking for performance. This is not anything with 2 18650s is not a performance bird. So I don't even take that. If he was chasing chickens with it and flying it low, that's what it's for.
where does
That chicken chaser. But I mean, you can take, and then if you want to lighten the load, I mean, I've seen you could get the 18650 the packs, the packs. They make a dual 18650 pack. You could convert it to that, by removing the battery tray. There's a lot of things you could do if you wanted to kind of spice this one up and drop the weight. The tray that it has in there is weight, and if you can eliminate the tray, and then any other components like that, it does have a GPS in it too. It has a GPS RTH. Where's there's your batteries. Well, who's the pilot that is doing the long range 18650 stuff? Is these the nitro? Is this the
yeah, this is the one that puts out 36 amps. This is the one that has high output. TJ
yeah.
giggles. I mean Luigi. Even if you saved your beard, you're still Luigi.
Yeah, that's the one you want. You get those good batteries.
Yeah. These are 3,000 milliamp hour 18650 that will put out 36 amp continuous. So
Yeah, now
you put 2 of them on there, that's 72 amp. That gives that thing some get up and go.
yeah.
I think that's the biggest problem was the guys that were testing out the Recon, they had the wrong batteries for it.
Yeah, they were using the, the old school, the
I mean, Captain Drone had Radio Master batteries in it.
right. I
Well,
still
the
see that.
18650 they fit, but they don't have the output because the
Right.
Radio Master radio doesn't need any amperage.
Right.
So, yeah, get the right battery on it. This is newbie drone introduced these a short while back.
Yeah, 2-pack, that's a good deal, $20. Those things you can charge up over, and then when you beat them down to the point where you don't want to fly with them anymore, you can use them for your radio. There's a lot of things you could do with those things.
Yeah, but I mean, let's build a freaking 6S battery out of this. This will have some get up and go.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm getting mad scientist. That's 200 amp.
Yeah, stick that in the freaking stick that as
You tie that on top of your 7-inch, and you're gonna get places.
yeah, Howie's saying you put the 04 camera in there. You could. I mean,
All right, hold on, Chuck. You guys have an awesome freaking vacation. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you when you get back. I'll keep an eye out for pictures, in the meantime. All right.
yeah, I just thought it would be an interesting. Just if I
No,
was
it is definitely an interesting bird, and it comes into the long range. This is a cruiser. This is not no bando basher.
yeah,
This is something, park, explore, no, long range.
right.
Some for you. Fly out in the desert forever and
Yeah, you get decent
then
footage
go
out of
hike
it.
and retrieve it.
I think you can, as long as the camera's shock mounted good, you can get a nice long, put good quality props on it, and you get a nice long flight and get real low and get down into the spot into the.
I don't
But
know why he wouldn't up this to a 5-inch.
well, it's basically
He
to that
probably
point,
has issues finding a motor
right?
that would run on 2S was a decent. I've
Yeah,
got some Emax motors laying around here that are 6,000 kV.
he's anything, it was part of the.
Hmm.
Well, his prototype is based on his, version 1.
Well, yeah, he had another one that. Does he have it on this?
Yeah, it's on there.
Here,
It's
the nano long range.
yeah. And then he's got his 35 version 1 with that doesn't have any of the the fancy
Yeah.
lights, and he weighed through a bunch of weight on it by putting all the the skirting and all that, because his first version was just 2 battery slots in there, 2 in bi-blades.
Actually, I need to order this flipping frame, but I'll order it. I mean, you can print it yourself these days. It's on Thingiverse. But they am gonna want the carbon fiber frame, and CNC Drones up in Canada has that. We'll cut those for you.
Can't you print it?
You can. You absolutely can, but I think I would prefer a carbon fiber frame rather than some carbon fiber induced filament.
Yeah, okay.
So
We're seeing more molded frames. Everybody that's doing the dolly or the Sub-Zero,
yeah,
Sub 250, I mean, They're all basically flying the molded frame.
Well, this is still an interesting little project right here. You just got to find the freaking motors for it. You know, this thing was a DJI light on it. Might just be, something flyable. But I'm concerned about getting enough juice to the DJI light because this is a 1S thing.
Right.
Yeah, the arms don't look so great, but if you order it from CNC drones, you can, choose which thickness you want on that frame. If you get a good 3 mil thick carbon fiber frame, that'll make a difference.
Yeah,
But this thing's been around for a while too.
The Reckon frame is $30.
Yeah, it's not expensive at all.
And it has GPS tray, and I do agree with some of the people that are, I don't know if it was Rimsler that said it, or basically I don't think it was him. It might have been they're talking about the battery contacts that over time they get weak, and then if you have any jolting, you can lose battery connection. To have those press-in batteries, I mean, they got to be in good. That it's better
Well, that's
off.
why he came up with that lid, is to hold the batteries in place.
Yeah.
Like with the nano long range, you really need to put a strap on it. Just make sure when you crash that the battery doesn't get ejected. They sell just
Let's see here. Okay, yeah, because you can buy a 3S pack, and that's what I would do.
No, this is the V1 right here. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna play with that too much.
This is the
But
battery
it's an interesting concept. Yeah.
This is the battery that I would stick in it here. Let me get that one off. Right there. That's a 2S
You
pack.
can't stick a 3S battery in there because I have a freaking tray on it that 2 batteries pop into.
Oh, the 2S pack. That's not the one I was on. They make a 2S pack.
You can't stick a 2S pack on there.
I'm going to take the battery tray off. I'm going to remove the tray. We're going to take the tray out and hardwire it with proper connection. I know it takes away the simplicity. It takes away the whole freaking idea. All right, we're not doing that.
I see Johnny join us. Howdy, feller. Warren, FTFO Media. Brent is in here. Giggles. Jim's here. Bob Casey is here. How rude. Didn't even say hello to everybody today. I see Drone Shots was here at some point too. Oh, he's still here. All right. So, anyhow, I guess I got to rant a little bit now, huh?
Yep. Dang it. There we go.
So I have to rant a little bit about Cat Axe's bullshit move.
Which one?
Yeah, which one really? Well, CADX come out was a freaking Q&A slideshow that they've been disseminating on Facebook. And it's all Dion was the Ascent versus Avatar versus whatever. So it's both going to be walk snail product. You're going to have to walk snail Avatar. You're going to have to walk snail Ascent. Now, I don't. There's a lot of frustration about it and the community right now because CADX been basically splitting their resources on two systems now. Hey, Michael. And that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. Now, the Ascent system is supposed to be a beginner system, which is great. Anyone, simple for a newcomer is great because I'm seeing way too many posts and social media where guys went, oh, I got this at the pawn shop, but I put a battery on it and I'm turning the arm switch on and the motors are going gazillion miles an hour, which if you don't know what you're doing, that's exactly what they're going to do. And they're designed to do that. So, there's a lot of learning curve in FPV just getting started. And there's a lot of expense going with FPV getting started because you're going to need, goggles, controller, batteries, charger, toolkit. I mean, that shit adds up in a hurry. So, for somebody to come out and, CADX ain't the first one to do it, come out with a simple beginner kit is great, especially a digital one. Emax's couple of those going on. Beta FPV's got some stuff going on in that regard. Beta FPV is more on the analog. Emax is still more on the analog, but Emax is starting to get into Emax started getting into walk snail, binding flies, and then get strong armed by DJI to quit doing that. So anyway, was DJI, dropping out of the picture for us here at the end of the year. Anyway, that's just adding another twist to the knife in the back. But there's Ascent, easy to use starter kit, great. Except, as any of us that deal with FPV know, it's at this point a dead end system. The goggles will only fly that one quad at this point because there's no VTXs available at this point. The output of the VTX is not anything close to what's on the market right now because it only puts out 100 milliwatt. Which, if you're in Europe, that's about as high as you're allowed to go anyway. I think they're limited to 25 milliwatt in Europe, actually. So, but here, no, we're like our 700,000, 1,200 milliwatt systems. But CADX, when they marketed the goggles X, said upgradable hardware, upgradable by user upgradable hardware, which is absolute bullshit, and they're still advertising that as user upgradable hardware. We can go on the website right now for the goggles section. It'll tell you user upgradable. It's bullshit. You can't upgrade the goggles. And you can't site grade it either to get a receiver board for the Ascent system into the goggles X. So you have one goggle, you have one quad, and you have one controller. Now the controller is ELRS, but I don't know that you can get in there and do any kind of programming in that thing. I haven't played with the system at all at this point.
No, I've asked questions like that, and they said they do not recommend flashing any other firmware or anything in that thing. They said they don't recommend it. It doesn't mean that it can't be done and it can't work, but I think the only way forward with that when it comes to controlling it, but then you got all these things. You got sensors and you got those things interfering. I guess to me the best the best thing you could do to that is just completely cut those sensors off, put in a proper PID profile for an ELRS controller, and so you can fly it. But it's so buggy.
Yeah, well, that's they turned the pits down so much on it because it's a beginner system.
It's
There's no beta flight accessibility on that thing. It's just you have what you have. You can't adjust any of it. Well, they got 3 rates programmed in there, but they're like 300, 400, and 500 degrees, which beta flight default at 670 degrees. So
and there's still something else going on too. There's something is also programmed in that for it to do some kind of beginner thing that is really makes it hard to fly. That you can't completely disconnect that beginner stuff that's in there. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's I told Kai before we got on the show, I went I got my flights out of it. Okay, and now I'm not worried about it crashing or breaking. So I'm like, all right, this is my mindset. I'm going to go and I'm going to fly it this afternoon, and I am going to just hell bent for leather. I'm just going to fly it. I'm going to just that was my mindset. So I'm going to take off and just rip it around in the high profile. Once again, it did all kinds of weird crap. It would stop, slow down, freaking turn sideways when you're just trying to do normal flight. And I can't stop that from happening.
The biggest problem for the Protos is the freaking battery. Okay. And it's supposed to be a lithium ion battery that puts out 15C, which is not near enough, not even for a beginner drone. And if you push the battery, it will sag like mad. If it sags below a certain point, it shuts itself off altogether.
Right, and that battery sag might be affecting the control input. So I think you made that comment that once the battery will sag, it basically will self-correct. Maybe that's. I mean, I'm just like I said, I want to rip it.
It'll once the battery sags enough, it'll shut itself down altogether.
And that's kind of what's going on. It just falls out of the sky.
Yeah.
You can only fly it in acro. Excuse me, in angle mode. If you get it in angle mode, it will prevent you from overpowering it, and so I guess you could say that just don't put acro in it if you can't acro the thing. But I'm not flying it anymore. I'm not gonna freaking spend one more minute on that.
That thing is supposed to have position hold and altitude hold, and they're both on the same setting, but if you have to be low enough for position hold to kick in.
Right.
But if you do it over grass, I mean, that thing don't see nothing but green. So it's not going to hold very well on that. It's going to need some sort of contrast to be able to do position hold. Then you get it up above 30 foot, and then it goes in the altitude hold. Now the altitude hold, for some reason, works pretty good on that thing. It does have GPS on it, so at least that part of it is working. But there's
it's
CADX is not an FPV quad company. And I don't know what they were thinking developing a system like that. Where they got the people from that.
I would like to take the Ascent VTX out of that, install it in my Femto.
Yeah.
And fly it with the DJI or ELRS system that is already got a profile that's already baked into it that I know. And because I want to fly it with the Ascent VTX, which to me that's the only benefit of what it is that it's a true digital system. I mean, it looks decent. So I'm excited about that. But once again, they're going to piss off all the CADX, the Walksnail people. They're not going to develop that. They're going to go to Ascent, and then they're going to make a air unit or whatever the heck they're going to call it, and then we're going to be putting our own.
They're going to shit can Avatar before they're going to shit can the Ascent.
We're going to put our beta flight system in it, and we're just going to use the VTX. And so
there's just hardware limitation. I think what they're experiencing is hardware limitations was the chipset on the Avatar, and now they're looking for a way to weasel themselves out of it or something. It's just.
I just wished it had, just some refinement in it, just a little bit of refining. It looks nice, it looks good, but it's not refined. The flying is not refined. And if this is going to be your basic kit for a kid to fly, I mean, if I can't freaking fly it, how the hell's a kid flying it? I'm not the greatest pilot in the world, but I can fly stuff. I cannot fly that.
Kids have a knack to just
solving
figure
problems.
Shit out. We're too fucking old for this shit.
Yeah, I can fly it in in angle. I keep saying that. I can fly it in angle mode. I know how to control it in angle mode, kinda.
I'm looking at the Protoss, and we'll compare it to even HD0, and I would still prefer the Protoss video over HD0.
Yeah. Well, Possum, the VTX is it's a beginning level VTX. They're not going to put their air unit quality stuff inside of that. I'm right now, I don't even care what the video looks like, because all I'm seeing is the freaking ground coming, and then me being pissed off is what's happening. I don't even have a chance to look at the video. You assume flight.
Well, you get crystal clear video as you go.
Oh, I got great shots. I got great shots of freaking crashing.
Yeah.
Actually, I did two today. I did two crash crash recoveries with the flip. With the flip after crash. That works. I recovered it twice. Over 100 yards. Flipped it, got it back in the air, just enough time to freaking crash again.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah,
but I'm done.
I'm not too happy with CADX right now. I think about the only saving grace for CADX right now is the fact that DJI is going away in the U.S. And that's going to push a lot of users toward walks now because DJI is not available.
By the way, if
And
any of you guys are interested in
when
the
you hear the
Protoss,
nightmare stories that are out there, where they are now pushing for past granted FCC licenses to be revoked too, it's going to get ugly. I mean, you got to find these things before, but I guess in the future we all say we're definitely not flying DJI.
I can't say that yet. I can't go there.
Even if you are, you're always going to have to make the disclaimer. I'm definitely not flying DJI. Definitely not flying DJI.
You know what I was thinking after I crashed today? I'm like, there's a lot of people around while I'm flying this thing. I mean, there's a class out there because I'm done for the day and I'm out there with some friends of mine. I'm like, I'm trying to fly this piece of junk all around the freaking place. And all I could think about is if this was the DJI Neo and I was wearing my N3 goggles, I would be all over this freaking place flying. I'd be diving the freaking light poles. And I was like, think about all the places I could be if I had the right gear, you know? And that's not expensive. We're just talking some $200 pair of N3 goggles, right? And then a basic version, an ELRS like a Femto, you know, something you know, anything with the DJI, any light system in it. I'm like, you know, I'm at that point, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I saw no failures in the Neo at that point, knowing that the Neo has its own little quirks and idiosyncrasies. But I'm like, I could fly the Neo, and because it's got refinement, you know, it has some kind of refinement. It's got predictability.
Yeah. Well, we're
Yeah,
going to see the Neo in 2 days.
yeah,
The
we'll
new
see.
Neo.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Well, we'll see it because there's people overseas that haven't.
Yeah, there's people flying it right now. I'm excited for the fact
I
that it is
seriously
so
doubt it'll be
flexible.
available in the U.S.
That thing is so flexible. It will be one of those things that you can fly it with your phone, you can fly it without a phone, you can fly it with the controller, you can fly it with the joystick, you can fly it with the freaking, you know, with green eggs and ham. You can fly this DJI, Sam. I am. You can fly it with a box goggle. You can fly it with a Fox. You can fly it here and there. But with Protoss, you can't fly it anywhere. So one of you guys can buy my Protoss. I'm going to put it up on eBay pretty soon. I'm going to put it up as cheap as I can put it up and get paid for having to fly that. I deserve to get paid.
I'll give you $50 for it.
Kai, you don't want the freaking headache. It's like flying the Kai 1. You would get pissed at it after you couldn't lift off, and then it started to do all this stuff you didn't want it to do. As your left stick goes left, it goes right and flips over. You're just like, just put it in position hold, and you'll be fine. You'll crank up the throttle, and it'll go up like 6 inches. And then you'll just keep hitting it and it won't go anywhere. Oh boy. N3 for 200 anymore. They're $300. Yeah. I have to, by the way, Kai, I have to cook dinner tonight, so you're gonna have to let me go.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a quick one tonight anyway.
But
let's talk about X4 Air.
Okay.
Let's completely change subject for a minute.
Okay.
And talk about the X4 Air and
Interesting topic. I was thinking about it all day today.
Insta 360 showing DJI the old middle finger.
Yeah, it's basically even the X4 Air is going to be equal to, well, I guess low light is the only thing that it's going to be hamstrung a little bit is it doesn't have a mode. You can set it up for low light, but I wouldn't bring one of those things out in the low light anyway. The X5 can do it. But it's not made that. It's made for nice lighting conditions. If you're out in a really decent partly cloudy day with a lot of daylight, you are going to, it's amazing. But yeah, it is okay. So the Insta360 Air is a X4 with replaceable lens.
Yep.
And light. It actually is light. They took the weight out of it. Did it say anything about the batteries it uses? Does it use the X4 batteries? Probably, I'm guessing
it's too small.
It has its own batteries, its own proprietary.
It has to have its own battery because if you compare the X4 to the X4 Air, there's quite a bit of size difference.
Yeah, it's light. It's definitely lighter. Yeah, well, you can get the X4 right now for a reduced price. I mean, you could go that way and go, I'll just get the X4. I don't need the light. But you don't have the replaceable lenses with the X4. So if you crack it or you don't have repairability, that's the only drawback with the X4 over time. You can't see that. And that's the great thing about the X5. You can literally have a brand new camera. You just spend $60, you get 2 new lenses, and then your camera's brand new. I mean, that's the cool thing about it.
No, Insta360 got the X4 Air out with replaceable lenses to piss off DJI.
Flip the bird to DJI. If you've never bought one of those cameras ever before, the X4 is gonna. I think the sensor is bigger in it too, because it's 8K or 6K, right? 6K. It's 6K. I think that's what they.
Damn. Osmo 360 standard combo is supposed to be $550.
Put it up on the screen there. Yeah, it's to learn the 360 gig. I would go Insta360 every time because it's got the software, the fun software that goes with it. And the X5 is amazing. I mean, it's alien technology. I could take the X5 on a trip.
I love the X5.
Yeah, and I could do anything I want with it. I can do vlogging with it. I can do 360 with it. Oh, my daughter's calling. I'm getting the call.
You getting the call already? The call to cook. That's what you need. Cooking. Well, oh, I found another very, very useful little gadget here. Hold on.
My daughter who's a cook just said I need to go down and start cooking. She's hungry. I got to break out the Blackstone. I stir fried yesterday on the Blackstone. Today I'm making smash burgers again.
All right. Well, here's a little something that's very interesting to us.
What's that?
It's a magnetic base for the Osmo Nano that has a USB-C on it to charge it.
The charging base.
You can actually charge your 360, and I have that same base.
Means you could use a power handle?
I already have that same base on my Action 2.
Oh yeah, it works. It should work.
Now, this is for the Osmo Nano.
Yeah.
I've already ordered one. Apparently, they ran out of them. But
Oh, my
I
wife.
do have
Hold
the
on.
cable.
I got to do something.
Oh, he got to go cook. Go cook. So anyway, yeah, this is gonna be fun because there's a cable I've got around here somewhere that plugs into the balance plug on the battery and has a USB-C on the other end, and then you can just plug in your camera into the balance lead on your battery, and basically have power for hours on your camera.
All right, I gotta go, Kai.
All right. Well,
But I like the I am a fan of both cameras. I'm a both the Ultra and the DJI Nano. I like both of them. It's kind of like having two kids with different personalities. I like them both for different reasons. They're I'm actually getting rid of I'm actually getting rid of my DJI Action 5 Pro. I'm going to get rid of that one. I don't need it. I got two freaking cameras that can do everything that does. With the exception of there's some stuff that it does that's different, but I don't need it. I can use both of them. I can do vlogs with them. I can do projects with them. And if I need a vlogging camera, I can use the X5. But the Nano gives you that point of view flexibility. I like it. I like the color science in it. So if I want DJI color science, I'll use the Nano. If I just want a fun video, I don't mind the colorful, HD stuff that the Ultra has. So they're fun. They're both fun. They're both cameras I would throw in my travel bag.
yeah.
So
I'm still learning the X5, and I'm loving that thing. So but you got to cook dinner,
yep,
and
I
we're
got it.
just gonna call it early because we know we're gonna have a rough week ahead of us with the product release on Thursday.
Yeah.
We don't know if we're doing some on Thursday or we're just waiting for Friday for Dad's regular schedule.
Yeah, I may do something Thursday. We'll see. I'll see if there's something exciting, I'll bring it up. I'm excited about that. I mean, if you look at my name today, I'm the DJI Neo 2 fan. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
really stoked about that. If it'll work with the goggles 3 and I can use them with the N3s and I can fly manual with it and I can fly it with my phone, I can use it, as a no controller drone. That thing is going in my bag. And that's traveling with me this for my spring trip, and I'm not taking any other drone. I'm going to take
yeah.
that because of its portability.
As Fran puts it, you're a neophile.
I am a neophile.
Oh, Neo 2 file.
Neo 2 file. It just does so many things. So it's a utility knife freaking drone. It does everything. And it does it for everybody. Anybody with any skill level can fly it. That's the cool thing about it.
Get FOMO for your X5s? Huh? What are you talking about?
Anyway, maybe I gotta get back with my X5 so me and Kai can freaking compare notes. I did a just before I did a powered wheelchair video. It was perfect for that. I mean, I mounted that sucker on my powered wheelchair. And it did amazing shots. I did indoor shots in low light. It's freaking awesome. I got overhead shots. It looked point of view shots. I went outside with it, and then I had it connected to the mic, the DJI mic too. It's freaking awesome. So, all right.
All right, guys. If you would, on the way out, please hit the thumb up. Other
Thank
than
you,
that,
sir.
we'll see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same place. And any more words of wisdom from the peanut gallery?
No. Wish the. Oh, I haven't done I haven't done an update to the outdoor grill project. I haven't done. I got all my countertops in and stuff. I forgot all about that. All right, I got to do
Well,
that.
Barkley got here. Sorry you missed the end of it there, Barks.
So I'll update that, guys. I know Possum. He hasn't seen the final product. So put that up.
Yeah, we need an update.
It'll be short. I'll do like a 5-minute update. So,
Get to it.
all right.
All right. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all next week.